Fnatic are one map away from the grand final, Anders. They have got to be loving that comeback. They've got to be loving Brawlan right now as well, dropping 30 kills on the first map. And now they get Overpass, a map that they did play a bunch of overtimes on against MIBR, but they won it, and they've got a chance to do the same here.
Yeah, I think they're very excited about how that played out. It looked like VP were about to maybe take off and could have maybe taken over the game, but Brawlan and JW just combined for way too much opposition. So this map could be even more like that with with those two playing well. That's going to be lethal. Brawlan's going to have that org. JW's going to have that AWP. How do you shut that down? Especially if Yakindar and Jame I wouldn't say they were playing badly on the first map, but they need to do a lot more, don't they? They need to really get into it.
Yeah, for sure. They've got to be two of the best players on the server, simply put, I think is the way we have to look at this. And on that first map, they were fine, but they weren't playing as well as we'd want them to. It is kind of weird for VP, because I was looking at just like their player stats heading into this tournament, heading into this game, and even though they came through the upper bracket, none of their stats look that great. Like, Jame has got a 1.15 rating for the tournament, and everyone else is kind of hovering around 1. So I think that shows they've played a bunch of close games. Even that game against Mad Lions, they probably shouldn't have won that game. They just about did in that overtime match. And now Fnatic, it's always going to be a hard team to go up against in this sort of a matchup, especially when the pressure's on.
Yeah, and it is right now. Losing that first map, second map, third map, as you said, is Train, also a map that Fnatic definitely can play and like to play. So they've got their work cut out, really, no matter how this goes down right here. But I have to imagine that it's going to be tough to try and break the spirits right now. Fnatic, they must be feeling pretty damn good about this game. So, and there were some players that were even, Crims and Flusher took a while to even warm up into that Vertigo map. So if they are coming out of that map feeling like, all right, well, we're just getting started, there could be a lot more pain coming VP's away. What do you have any? Who we already mentioned, Yakindar and Jame as those two. Do you want Buster as that third man in there for VP? Is that good, or is there someone else you're looking for?
Yeah, I think Buster's normally the third guy you're looking at on this squad, especially because he is somewhat similar to Yakindar, right? They play somewhat similar roles. They both play pretty aggressively. So if he's playing well in the front lines, then it can open up so many more rounds for you. And I remember on Overpass specifically, VP played a game against Cloud9 where they were playing a bunch of close rounds, and then Jame was just always clutching them. But to get into that point, they need some of those earlier players to get into that spot, right? So I think just in general, it's weird almost to have a team set up like that, where Jame sometimes is set up to clutch, but he can do it. So it is kind of down to those earlier riflers to make sure he can put them in that spot.
Yeah, one of the things I remember watching last time when I was seeing VP on this map, right, was how often Jame would be playing basically solo over at the restrooms with the AWP pushed really far up, which seems to me like that would be a huge liability, but he actually did it incredibly well. So it was kind of hard to criticize at the time, but I still wonder if Fnatic are going to look at that and say, all right, well, that's a potential weakness we can exploit. Although I will say this, whenever he wasn't alone and Yakindar was actually with him over on the A side when they were playing long together, the sort of flow and like the way that they just played off each other was absolutely amazing to watch. It's one of the coolest things I've seen so far in the tournament. So that's what I hope for. I want that Yakindar and Jame combo to just take over long when they're on that CT side, which it looks like they're going to be starting on as well. So I think it's going to be an interesting, if tough game coming up here for VP.
Let's see if they can step up under the pressure of the playoffs. The winner goes through to the grand final. The loser has a chance from that lower bracket, but right now, it's Fnatic who have the map advantage here. They've won the first one. They only need one more to secure their spot in that grand final, and Overpass may be the map where they can do it. They've got a couple of nades here on this pistol, and they've got some early damage done onto Buster. Nothing too significant, though.
Yeah, a little run-in over at the B-bomb site. Both teams deciding, you know what, that's not really worth it. And we can obviously tell there is a stack going on over on that side. VP would have probably preferred it if Fnatic had committed to that, but they also wanted to check to see when to throw the counter flashes and all the rest of it. And now they're going to start to just rotate all the way back. And looks like actually Sanji now will go and join Jame over on that side. Maybe even Yakindar. So they're actually preemptively VP trying to guess what's coming. And now they're checking outside of B. Buster, that little move that he just went outside of B to look at is really important.
Now, Fnatic still have some nades of their own. If they get these nades in the right positions, it might not matter that VP have a couple of players on this site. The other issue for VP is Sanji has just rotated away from A. Yakindar may be doing the same. He's just now going to stick around as he sees the smokes onto the site. It's Yakindar who spots them first. He's not taking the fight too aggressively, though. That's going to allow Flusher to push around him. They're trying to wrap around, but the flash is great. Yakindar with 2 kills, and he's looking for even more from the bomb site. Has to reload out in the open. How is he alive? Yakindar gets a 3rd kill, and JW is the only man remaining with this clock, trying to run down some of these players, but Yakindar has done way too much damage from the site there.
If there was a way for us, Hawker, to replay around and you just rewind it, I would say I'd put a lot of pinnacle points on the idea that 9 out of 10 times Fnatic win that. I can't believe Yakindar even lived through the first part of it. I mean, you're right, the flashbang that came in there was absolutely godlike to help him out, but he was being flanked and surrounded like he should have been dead immediately. That is absolutely wild. Oh, Flush just found a new toy. Little paint can to mess around with.
Yeah. He's not messing about with it anymore, surely.
He's giving it up. Fnatic are actually just look like they're having some sort of weird timeout, which VP are almost about to break up.
Yeah, Kindar's thinking about it. Has he been invited to the party?
Surely not.
Probably not. I'm not sure he's going to care, though.
There is that club over there, isn't there? Like, if you walk close, you can hear like the nightclub going on at all hours of the day.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is the daytime as well on Overpass. Huh.
So in some places in the world, Hawker, that's not a problem. You know, could go 24-hour clubbing if you want to. I don't know why people want to, but they...
Sounds horrible.
To each their own. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like one of the worst things you could possibly do.
All right, Fnatic. What's the idea here?
They have nothing to fight with, do they? I mean, they're just waiting around with the Glocks. I guess it almost looked like they wanted to have like a little bit of an improvised timeout, and now they've been tired of that. They're all are they all crouching?
I think they're all crab walking onto the A side. Yeah. I think that's the strat.
The best strat.
It's gotta be. Imagine being Sanji there. You jump over the top, and there are 5 Fnatic players crab walking onto the site. You're just like, what is going on?
It's kind of impressive that they only lose 1 person there. So fair play. A little bit of a weird round, but bringing it back into the 3rd one, and Fnatic are going to be pretty well armed to take up the struggle against VP. Jame with that AWP, that I think is really important. That's going to be a critical piece of this for sure.
He hasn't had to do anything so far in this game. He's going to have the chance to do something now, though. And as you alluded to in the pre-game, he will be playing A alone at the start of this round. Thinking about going for a peek into mid, but I think a flash has forced him away from that position. So 4-man B stack for VP. I feel like if Fnatic have done their homework, though, they're probably aware this is a pretty common setup for the VP guys. So I wouldn't expect to see Fnatic committing into any sort of B play early. If anything, they might look for information towards this B site to see if they can spot anyone out. And this boost about to come in. Crim's blinded, forced away. The flashbang successful, but Buster's got to be a little careful here. There are multiple players around him, and that's a bait. Crims gets the timing just right to get that headshot.
He'd just seen the feet of JW, so Buster's like, oh, I've got a bit of an opportunity here, and then he just gets completely wrecked from the sewer tunnel. That's a problem. The AWP is over an A and down to the B bomb side. Yes, there's 3 people here, but it's 2 for Masters and an MP9. So the firepower is definitely going to be lacking. A little bit of a grenade to set it up. They've smoked off the sniper spot in case Jame wants to rotate down. And yep, that AK is going to destroy them. Flusher with a nice double. And inside of the smoke, yeah, eventually a bullet will catch him. And that's the round, Hawker. There's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, Fnatic will be very happy with that. Timing working out for the first fight, then just a solid take towards B. And this is one of the spots where Jame should absolutely be saving. No questions asked this time. Fnatic also put a lurk smoke over towards the A side of the map, which was, I think, trying to just make it difficult for Jame to know how many players were towards A. It seemed to be cutting off his vision towards short. So I think if Jame's going to play solo A in some of these rounds, that smoke could be really good just to make Jame a little concerned, just to make him not know how many players are coming his way, because then he might call for a rotation and Fnatic could start to really toy with that idea. James at the end here, looking good. Oh, there's a player behind him. Oh no, he doesn't get to save the AWP. Last second, Golden gets him out of the round. And now VP have got to figure out whether they want to buy into this round or not. And I don't know if they're going to commit to this.
They're not, I mean, I don't think it's worth it because I think that AWP on James is such an important tool. They're gonna fight me on that and buying almost immediately as I say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I think this is a mistake.
Or maybe they've got something special planned for this round, Anders. We'll wait and see. They have got, again, a very dynamic setup. This is what VP do effectively. They switch up their CT setup all the time. So this time it's an A-sided stack. Oh, Brolan almost getting the chance for an early kill, but Yakinda will be the first man to get a frag. Damage done by Crims there. Nade, not quite going to do enough, but Golden goes down. Yakinda with his second. JW needs to be ready, but he doesn't realize Sanji's in from above. And VP have won the early trades.
They definitely have it, only barely. That was so close to turning the other way. Even looked like Brolan nearly had a chance because he was walking in from a very strange pattern. They were set up in case he was going to go directly onto the birthday party. They weren't ready for him to sort of swing to the fountain side. So good job, though, on the VP side. Looking like maybe they can win this round. They do not have a kit or any grenades left. So if somehow Fnatic make it onto a bomb site and get a bomb down, that's where things get a little bit awkward all of a sudden. Oh, Crims, this is dangerous. This is a very dangerous path to take. He's so out in the open, trying to stay silent, but he's going to get caught by Sanji, and that is why that is so dangerous. Now it's Flusher, 30 seconds. He's going to get a free kill here, but will that really help him? He's going to go straight for the bomb plant, and I don't really blame him. I mean, this is Flusher after all. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Fnatic seem to win these rounds way more often than they should. Flush is going to get the bomb down in the open. Sanji trying to spam, but he's not there in time to deny the bomb plant. Now Flusher looks back at short. Oh, the timing's not great for him. Kicker had already snuck up on him, and Flusher can't get into a good post-plant position. So VP are successful on their force buy. They bring it back to a 3-1 lead. Fnatic should still have money, though, especially with the bomb plant. I believe their cash is okay, so we might get a bit of a back and forth at the start of this half between the two teams. This round could be the crucial one, though, to decide who is really going to get the better of that economy game.
Yeah, job well done on VP. That's actually really cool. I thought that was going to be, you know, again, potentially a mistake that would have delayed the AWP on James, but instead it works out. They get it in this round. Can't really get any better than that at the moment. So, 5th round here. All AKs on the Fnatic side. Not going to be going for any kind of a crazy rush or anything. Just spreading out more or less default. And again, James is playing over on this side alone for the minute.
Yeah, maybe that's part of why VP stacked the A site in that previous round as well. Maybe they thought Fnatic would just assume there's maybe 1 or maximum 2 players there. That could be part of the reason. Could help the mind games if you play James solo A so often. And James is traded. Good work from Golden to get that back. Yakinda has rotated up to the A site, though, and more players are on the way.
The fact that they were able to trade it, actually, that's the kind of setup. Who were they playing? Was it Mad Lions last time they were playing on Overpass? Oh, nice shot there. I believe that whoever they were playing last time didn't adjust very, very well, and James was able to get those kills and just fall back without really any repercussions. So it's nice to see that there's a little bit of a switch up in that. Surely it must have been hurt. Yeah, Sanji knew, and Kickert's going to come for the smoke right afterwards. That's a great grenade, and we're right back in a 2-on-2, but the flank is in. Buster is seconds away from taking down that player, and that... Oh, Flusher! He turns! I can't believe it. Had to turn 180, long range with the AK, and now Kicker needs to be walking into this shot, and he goes down to Crims. Fnatic, I don't know if they should have been winning this round. That should have been a 2-on-1 with no bomb plant.
These are the rounds where we get to see what VP's mental game is like, because you're right, they should be winning that fight. They should be winning that round most of the time, but Flusher somehow turns it round into the instant headshot. And this is where VP have to stay strong, because even though that breaks their economy, they've got to make sure they don't check out of this game mentally. It's still not a bad position for them. It's very early in the game, but I do get scared when I see Fnatic starting to win rounds like that, because especially against some of these lesser experienced players, guys like Yakinda, who have only been playing on this team for a few months, they might not be ready for dealing with stuff like that.
It's really frustrating, isn't it? We're just celebrating the fact that they won the force up and they could get that AWP on James, and it gets taken away. Which, I mean, as a win condition for Fnatic, what an amazing thing if you can stop Jame from having the AWP at all, and you don't have to find it nearly as much. That would be almost an instant ticket to some sort of success there. Crimson Flush are winning it. So, stack at the B bomb site, I don't really mind. I mean, anything goes in these rounds. There's no sure way to get a lot of effect out of this. They're gonna push out. Don't mind that either.
Yeah, got to try and do something in this sort of round to get maybe a kill or two is probably your aim, realistically. When do they stop running is my question. Because if they run the whole way, surely someone will hear them. Or maybe not. Brolan. Oh, we can't hear these steps. He's dead. He's got to be dead from behind. Eventually, they're going to get him. So that's an AK that VP can recover. Fnatic will obviously take the A site. But even if you save this AK, that is pretty damn good.
Yeah, mission accomplished. Yeah, I was going to say, a little bit worried about JW being up that far. Not because I think they could lose the round. Just don't give them anything else at the very least. They're just all grouped up, all running around. No one being left behind. Yekindar making sure that if anyone was following them, maybe you could catch them. But doesn't look like Fnatic are of that mindset. So, I don't know. That's a nice little skirmish for VP. But it doesn't change the fact that it will be a 3-3 scoreline here. So, all tied up really early on. Fnatic being on the T side, you have to say that is a pretty good sign for them here on Overpass, at least so far.
Yeah, they're going to be the ones in control of the economy as well. That's part of why that previous round loss for VP is even more heartbreaking for them, because I think they will have known if they won that previous round, they would probably be resetting Fnatic's economy, and then it could just play out completely differently in this half. But now it's Fnatic who are the ones who have that buffer. They have that money in the bank. Even if they lose this, they can probably get a buy together. Whereas for VP, do they even want to buy in this round, Anders? It's really borderline for them.
I mean, following the logic from earlier, I would say once again that the issue really becomes not getting the AWP on Jame. I suppose again, if they pull the same trick where they win the force, and then buy the AWP, then it solves two problems at once. But I'm always very suspicious of teams that have amazing AWP players that buy so that they cannot get the AWP. There are a lot of teams that have been doing that in the past. I mean, we've seen it at times with some of the French teams that Kenny have been on. I've seen it with Guardian every once in a while, where you keep doing it so that you're actually just delaying one of the real weapons that you have, and feels like they're going to be a little bit more relaxed here.
I guess the nice thing with this team is that for VP, Jame is literally the IGL, so he can call himself whether he wants to take the risk of the Force or whether he'd rather just save for the AWP. And it looks like he wants that AWP, and I think this is probably the right call because it's just so early in the half that I think you can get away with losing a round here. It's really not the end of the world.
I agree. If you believe that this is about to be 4-3, but then you can go back and take over the game, that's annoying. You kind up trying to be clever about it, but getting caught. But yeah, if you believe that at 4-3 you go on, a 5-round winning streak and you make that all work for you, then it absolutely makes sense. And you sort of have to believe that if you're VP right now. James is back trying to pick up the AK, and it's not really being watched, so he'll be able to do that. He's also boxed in now, I think.
We might actually get back in time. Yeah, Golden doesn't want to take that risk.
That's really interesting. Still, just that one AK in play, it's hard to see how he's going to be able to do a lot with it. They have smoked up the tunnels, and now they are... Buster is checking out long here. A little bit of a gap. I don't know if he could really see a lot. 40 seconds left, and look at how passive Fnatic are being. They are just really trying to make sure they're not going to get caught. Brolan able to get that one, and that was the last defender at the A-bomb side. Hawker, this is such a change from Fnatic of a couple of years ago, isn't it? Just the ability to slow these rounds down, where they must know how much of a lead they have in this round, but they're not being too aggressive about it.
It always feels a little risky in these rounds. When you bring it down to like 15 seconds, that's where I'm like, maybe the bomb could get denied and then you could have all sorts of issues. It's not a problem here. They've hit the A site. It's clear. They're going to win the round.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it's always scarier than it probably needs to be.
Well, AK looks like it's going to be fairly safe right now. And just a very, very Well, it's one of those games that follows the sort of pace you expect whenever you're watching VP, right? Like, there's way less fighting going on than in some of the other matchups that we're bound to have. Like, I'm sure the OG MIBR game will be just, you know, non-stop battling. But VP have the style about them where they do tend to slow the whole game down a bit whenever they're playing.
Especially on Overpass. I think the stats I saw was that Overpass is the sort of slowest map in terms of like bomb plants and how long the rounds last in the map pool, which makes sense just because of how big it is. Like on the A side of the map, for example, you kind of have to use some nades on the T side to begin with, to take the bathrooms, to take long, to get yourself in a position where you can actually hit the site. So no real surprises there. But we've got the buyout. AK's out for Fnatic, but VP have finally got that AWP in the hands of James. And this time, he won't be alone, Anders. He's got Yakinda there on the A side of the map to help him out.
Yeah, let's see what those two could do. We were hyping out in the beginning as being a bit of a duo, so let's see if they're going to get a chance. Flusher, wildly shooting all over the place. They're not really connecting with anyone. And Yakinda just walking in for the clean headshot to take down Golden. Buster looking to try and see if he could follow it up. That would have been a really cool move, just if he could have used the distraction. But they have the lead now, VP, and they could theoretically decide to just play it much safer from here on out and make sure they don't give anything back to the Swedes either. Flush just walking him his back turned. He's going to go down and share. Now, surely you want to call it off here. Great start.
Yeah, they're still scared of the ghost of Yakinda in Connector. He was long gone, but they were looking that way. The flash for Brolan gets him a double kill. JW's been slowed down by the molly, but he's about to make his move towards the B bomb site. The problem here is that VP are going to rotate down rather quickly. They're going to maybe even go for a boost, potentially. James actually just going to hold the angle outright, but JW's still sneaking in. Sanji has to look back in this direction. He is looking the right way. JW not ready for the third man on the B-bomb site, and Crims has to do it all. James holding the angle, doesn't get that kill. Crims is waiting to see if Sanji makes a mistake, but Sanji's just playing it patiently, playing it passively, and one by one they are going to start giving away their positions. Crims still has so much to do here, though. 24 seconds, and Yakinda with a clean shot to close out the round. Nice rotation from VP. Even though Brolan tried his best, it was always going to be a long shot for Fnatic.
Almost looked like he was en route for a triple spray there, but yeah, you're right. Still, I mean, pretty impressive. Managed to do some damage. VP, though, surviving with 3 people and that AWP, so at least they do have that going for them. All tied up again now for 4. And they can still buy on the Fnatic side. In fact, even after this round, they could probably put together some kind of a buy, especially if they get the bomb down. So they have had a lot of money. Quad boost in effect, and it looks like they're not going to find anyone right off the bat. There's a jump there. It might be a little bit risky, but they're going to give up on it. Don't want to keep doing it. Do love those quad boosts, though.
I like a lot of things about Overpass as a map in general. I love the boosts. I love how open the B site is in terms of those triple nade stacks we were talking about previously. Because on a lot of other bomb sites, you don't really have that same ability where the walls are low enough to actually easily throw the nades over. But Overpass is kind of famous for it.
Smoke goes down again in the monster tunnel. And, I mean, it's a 3-man setup right here, so they are fairly well defended. Maybe less so towards the L-bend. If somehow they swing onto the site and take the fight to Buster and he loses it, that would leave the B-bombs in a really awkward position. So let's just see that. Molotov's going to land right on top of the player on ramp, so he's going to be forced at least a little bit away. 40 seconds, and it looks like Fnatic are pretty set on just doing this here. All it takes is one good flashbang, and they could be right in there. And again, I think Buster is the linchpin. He's going to get the 1 kill, instantly traded, and now they're on the ramp, and they're going to get sandwiched in. Coming through the tunnel as well behind Sanji. Oh, he's not going to get the double. He needed that double kill as well. 2 versus 3. But can they avoid the shots from up in heaven and actually get the bomb down?
Oh, they are going to get the bomb in their hands. Golden gets that planted. Here come the nades, though. One of them landing on the site. Golden down to half health. Everyone on Fnatic is low right now. And VP still have some more nades. James just about to deploy one to the site. It nearly gets the kill. Golden's down to 16 health. But it's still a 2v3 retake. And I'm not sure VP know how much damage they've done, Anders. It looks like they might just call this off.
I think if they went for it, they would lose as well. JW just putting down a Molotov there up at the high ground, so I think they would be in a lot of trouble. I was going to say JW could have actually even held that Molotov for the bomb plant itself, and that would have clearly cancelled the round for VP. So yeah, hard to not try and go for it. And you're right, they probably did not know how much damage they'd been outputting. Maybe they would have tried. So 5-4 here. Fnatic taking a slight lead, but that's not even really the problem. It's the money for VP that's really hard to watch.
I think I would have liked James to be a bit quicker with his nades as well, because he had a nade and a molly. If he maybe put those down onto the site at the right time, that could have been a kill straight away, maybe even a bomb plant denied, and then you can really start talking. Then Fnatic feel much more pressured. Instead, Virtus.pro lose the round, but they pull out a double AWP setup in reply. Buster's going to take an AWP down towards B, James will take his AWP over to A. Fnatic getting a bit of early aggression going though, and James is up close. He's going to sneak into the connector. Pretty good angle for the AWP to be holding, but Crims is ready for it. What a shot from Crims, and now VP have to react because the A site is currently open.
Oh, Crims looking crisp in this game. He was starting to just warm up on Vertigo, but on Overpass here, he's actually leading the pack for the minute, so that was a very, very cool shot. And they do that so early on, still 1 minute and 15 seconds, that they can afford to hang around and try and see if they're going to get any kind of a mistake exactly like that. Fnatic just giving VP the rope with to hang themselves with at the moment.
Yeah, it was a podcast I saw recently that Maui Snake did with Yakindar, where Yakindar said on some maps, VP actually still like pushing when they're down in a 4v5 or up in a 5v4, because they just really value the information. Unfortunately, the information hasn't helped them in this round. They're all dead.
He shot him through the box.
Did he?
That second to last kill was a wallbang through the box, I think.
Cool.
Oh, man. Regardless, yeah, I mean, that's really interesting. I've heard some talk about that before, yeah, the sort of the theory behind it. As definitely an interesting approach to the game that we don't often see.
Yeah, I like that they actually have some thought behind it, because sometimes we always say, oh, CIS teams just kind of push for the sake of it, but they'd actually done the theory work. They said, like, on Inferno, for example, they really like pushing to get the information, specifically because they think they need to be able to rotate and stack sites. So they have it, like, set for their specific maps as well.
Oh, Flusher surely going to get overwhelmed. Yeah, he can't even really get back. Just take as many with you as you can, and that will only be the one. So that's interesting. Our favorite thing about, you know, specifically Russian Counter-Strike used to be, you know, how can you know what they're doing when they don't even know what they're doing? So,
that's classic.
It's especially for early like CS:GO type Russian Counter-Strike, that did look like what was happening more or less. So, but yeah, now I would say actually one of the cool things about the CIS region is this style that is just, it's so weirdly out of pace from what we're seeing in the European and American region that it looks like some teams just get really thrown off the first time they experience it. So it's definitely very cool when it works out. Oh, kick it though. He wanted to. That's a nice idea for a boost. Trying to look over, and that AK is not going to do what they want. The grenades just blocking them off with the Molotov on top, and it looks like Fnatic are about to find the 7th round. That's actually, honestly, already it's a little bit too much, isn't it?
Oh, Pallate. He just threw that flashbang. Blinded Buster completely.
Did he throw it to just listen for the sound? Like if he had thrown it at someone, was he just waiting for that? Guess he could have just shot his gun, but it looked like he was actually checking for it.
I think he was trying to spam that position while the smoke was up as well, to see if he could get the blood splatter. Either way, just quickly for Fnatic in this round, I love that they're incorporating some executes into their game, because I feel like Fnatic of old would never really do that. But in this round, that execute was really well done. Like, they just had 2 smokes at the back of the site, molly for the truck position. It made it a lot easier for them in that round.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's really changed over the years for the Swedes, right? Because, you know, it's a team with JW and Flusher and the madness that brings. It used to be the case that they would just try and take some of those fights versus USP straight up and just say, all right, we're just winning this round no matter what. But yeah, I completely agree. Just a little attention to detail and throwing in some extra grenades and not just rushing in to try and finish the round in 3 seconds. That has made them way more lethal. Way harder to play against.
James is 1-5 right now, Anders. That's got to change.
Oh, no.
He's got the AWP.
Well, I wish I could even say that it's vindicated my criticism of their earlier force buys, but I'm not sure that's even what's going on, because even when he's had it, we haven't seen the output, right? So it's not like he has never had it. we just haven't seen him shut them down to the extent that we've seen earlier. So I don't know. If that doesn't change, then VP won't be able to win this map versus Fnatic. That has to be, a different look right here.
And it's the classic Jame problem where he's playing this A site almost every time, but I feel like Fnatic are just avoiding him early. He's not even trying to peek mid, really, so he's not really asserting himself on the game. And then Fnatic in a lot of rounds are just taking the B site quite quickly, and then Jame is in a position where he can either go for a really hard retake or just lose the round. Nade stack, it was just off on the timing. That's that triple nade stack I was talking about, the Fnatic like throwing. Brolan doing a bit of damage, dropping the flash through. He knows there are players here. He's got to be careful though. It's a very tight position. Flusher dies on the site. It's confusing, it's complicated, but it's Fnatic getting some trades onto the site. Finally though, VP fighting back, and JW is the last man standing. What a weird round.
Very, very weird. I think they were not expecting a third man on that bomb site. If Brolan had more bullets, he would have had the double kill for sure then, and that was just all over the place. But yeah, they're going to be backing off, and it will be a 5th round for VP. There was just so much happening on top of each other. I'd have a hard time breaking it all down. I think JW, he clearly wanted to go and look for a man that he thought was further back on the bomb site, and there was no one there, and he just got shot in the back of the face. So that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate for Fnatic, but VP will take that all day. They've just lost the last 3 rounds in a row. We do need to see consistency in these gun round wins, though. You can kind of see at the top of your screen that whenever VP win a round, Fnatic have been coming right back, and they've been making it really difficult for VP to build any momentum with these consistent round wins. So I think if VP want a good half here, they've got to win this round to be able to keep that going. And in this one, Fnatic are just spreading out into a default stance. Again, a slightly different setup from VP. They're constantly switching this up. This time it's 3 players towards A, with 1 man even watching connector to begin with. And Buster's taken a bit of nade damage over towards B. Here comes the fight for Crims, but he falls. Sanji getting that AK and putting it to use early in the round.
It even looked like Crims was pretty much zoned in on taking that fight. Like he knew that was coming. JW moving up. Oh, he just heard him running through. He's still going to try and sneak up. He knows there are 2 people there. Golden getting caught, sneaking through the smoke down at B. And scoping up at this range here for JW, that's got to be heard on the other side. I'm sure Yukinda will have already figured out that he's right here. He's waiting for a jump back there that you have to assume will not be coming anytime soon. So, they could be running into a bit of trouble here, Fnatic. Their economy is still pretty good, but they're giving a chance right now for VP to get back in the game.
It's interesting how it feels like Fnatic were doing really well when the rounds were structured and organized, and now there's a bit of chaos thrown into the mix. This is where Fnatic is struggling, which is kind of the opposite of what we're used to. Shadow spotted, free kill for Yukinda, in from behind. I think now VP know it's going to be a B play. Brolan did burn Sanji alive, but he somehow got the kill before falling, and Flusher had too many angles to deal with on the B site, so VP back to a 6th round win, finally building up some money. Building up some round wins on their CT side. There is still money on the Fnatic side of things, though, so nothing's going to come easy to VP here. They've got to win another gun round.
And they're doing all of this, as you mentioned earlier, without Jame. He's still 1-5. Sanji, Yukinda, Buster trying to do the best. I mean, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. It feels like, man, if only Jame could also then be firing on all cylinders, they would have such a better first half on their hands right here, but they need to keep going. They need to win the next 2 rounds, get that 8-7 scoreline on the board, and then even then, I think they're going to be in some trouble, but it will at least be winnable. Again, the 4-man stack at the B bomb site, though, so they're setting up for it. Fnatic look like they want to go really quick here.
Ooh, CT smoke might change that, but still, if these nades are good for Fnatic, they could commit to this if they wanted to. And this B stack has just gone against them. Yukinda's rotated away from B just as the push comes in. Sanji able to stay alive, but he's blind. He could be in trouble. Golden eventually gets the spray into a 3-on-3, but there's still a man waiting in the wings. Buster's in that water position. The Molotov, well, they think they've cleared it. They think the Molly's done enough, but Buster is going to go down. JW gets him, and now Jame has to be boosted over the top, but that smoke obscures his vision. It's another very difficult retake.
No more grenades on the Fnatic side, but VP's still going to have a hard time over here. Smoke to block off the L-bend. Jame already been spotted. JW, he could have been dead right then and there, but At least they know they have him isolated behind this. Yakinda gonna take him down, but how did they get that defuse? Yo, they wanted to throw that Molotov, but it's not gonna happen. They needed that grenade. 10-second defuse, not ever gonna happen. Yakinda now trying to go for it, but Flusher will take him right down. And even, does he want the AWP? They were talking about it, but decides not to pick it up. So, an 8th round here for Fnatic, and an afterplant there for VP. I mean, that was... I don't know if it would have even made a difference if he put out that Molotov, but they certainly needed something more than just the straight defuse.
Yeah, I think Yakinda got frazzled at the end there, because he actually picked up a kit at the last second, and then he realized, oh crap, maybe I do have a chance at winning this. But then he wasn't ready for the fight when that happened. So it was all a bit of a weird end to the round there, unfortunately for VP. That means into the last round of the half, they are the ones on the back foot. It's Fnatic who look more likely to get this last round of the half. Buster being boosted up over the top, though. This could work. Crims is watching for it, though. Oh, Crims has spotted it. Spray through the wall. Good work from Crims to get that kill, and Crims might get more. Second headshot, third kill for Crims. He is picking them apart. The aggression from VP completely countered.
Yeah, they finally take him down, and it is just way, way too late in the day here. The fact that they're about to get 9 rounds here, the Swedes on the T side of Overpass, I just think that is devastating news for a VP that surely must have been thinking about that third map, and it's still doable. I mean, it's not like this is over, but I don't think this is how you wanted to get it started, and I mean, a bunch of things have gone horribly wrong here for them.
Is James going to end the half with 1 kill? That would be unheard of. Even just 1 and 6, that doesn't look like a halftime scoreline, does it?
It really does. No, that's the most absurd part, isn't it? The fact that he's been... Well, it is. It does live up to the meme potential, Hawker, so we can appreciate that.
Do you see my tweet, Anders? My tweet was, I think someone once told James, legends never die, and he took it a bit too literally.
That's not bad. It's
pretty good.
I appreciate that. That's good.
Maybe a mistranslation into Russian or something.
It's like, all right, I get it. I think it's fair play. The thing is, as much as there is something to that meme, when he's really fired up, James, it's incredible to watch, but this was not one of those times. He's going to add a 7th death to the board, but yes, he will end the half at 1 kill and an overall score on 9-6 in favor of Fnatic. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, it's going to be the second half.
Squeeze the trigger, you hear it go rat-a-tat-a-rat-a.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The second map here between Virtus.pro and Fnatic here at Flashpoint, and the winners will advance to the grand finals. For Fnatic, Hawker, that is just about 7 rounds away. Do you think they can get there?
I've got to have faith in Fnatic right now. I picked the Manders. I picked them for a reason. They're going to be winning this. I believe in them. Hopefully they believe in themselves, because they've got the lead right now, and they've got a couple of nades here for this pistol round. Crims and Flusher both buying the HE grenades. JW getting aggressive over on the A side of the map. VP, in the meantime, just playing a slow pistol round. I think they know how important this is for them.
I mean, everything is on the line right here. Playing alone over at the birthday party is JW. He's not seen anyone, and he's now walking forward. And if they actually go for the B-bomb site, that's going to keep the 4-man stack here. Right now, JW's information is really huge, but he's going to be a little bit late on the flank, which might not be a problem. We'll see how the defense goes. Oh, the nades to shut down Sanji. It's working out so well. And JW for the last stylish kill there to take down Kicker. That could not have been any better, could it, for Fnatic? What a way to start.
That's just a soul-crushing round for VP. Everyone dies in about 5 seconds. That nade stack on short nearly gets 2 kills for Fnatic. The second player survived on like 10 health there. Unreal scenes for Fnatic. They'll be very happy with that. JW's little bit of aggression makes all the difference. And now VP just have a flock of Glocks in this round. 5 Glocks, a full eco, and a B-rush could actually maybe work, Anders. That would be the crazy thing. If they get a bomb plant out of this, I would be surprised. Oh no, they're coming back. Oh.
I think you were onto something, Hawker, because if they would have gone for it, I don't even think Flusher would have... He wouldn't have gone all in to stop them. He would have just said, all right, listen, I can't really do much here, so... That sucks. Now they're waiting around defending the T-spawn. No one knows why. They should have... What if someone did like a quad boost with a deagle in a pistol round and just made that work?
That would be pretty sick. Dude, the B site is still open. They've just realized, but they didn't bring the bomb with them. Now the rotate begins. Oh, they're going to get a kill, maybe.
Oh, they were waiting for this the whole time. And listen, they get their just reward, but unfortunately, that probably gives up the chance for them to put the bomb down now. So, it's all very confusing, isn't it? What a strange round. They've done an enormous amount of damage to Fnatic, but the 2-on-4, I mean, they should not be winning this. Golden going to find that kill, and yeah, now the bomb has been given up. So, James looking for a second kill on the map. Surely it's about time.
Well, that's one he could always get. Crims doesn't even have his gun out, so James gets a little bit of extra money. MP9 kill would be nice. There are actually a couple of low health players. I don't really think he's got a chance in this, but it's surprising it's even come this close. Oh, God. Oh, now he's got a chance. Both these opponents are low on health. He's got to clear the corner, though, and JW will make sure that no madness happens.
That's one of the more ridiculous rounds I've seen in a while. Just starting it off with only Glocks. But I mean, Fnatic, yeah, falling a little bit victim to the trap set in T-spawn and just the overall confusion. It actually works. Well done, I guess.
This is weird now, because Fnatic, they can't really take this as a bonus round, right? They have to fully reinvest, but they don't really get a good buy. I mean, it's not awful. They've got an ult for JW. They've got a couple of good guns in there. But if they were to lose this, then VP could start to mount that comeback. This is a really important round for VP. Probably one they really have to win to give themselves a decent chance in this game. That's not the nade that Brolan wanted, but it's fine. I'll move out the connector. Oh, that's not fine, though.
That was very quick, wasn't it? Brolan trying to follow it up. He's actually got them boxed in here. The Orc, he's going to win the one fight. He kept spraying and nearly took down Kickit as well. That looked like he just did enough damage, but I don't know. VP, they managed to stabilize the scenario a little bit, and they have time. The fact that they managed to fall back, they can definitely win it. Problem with going A is that it is JW holding there, and you're going to have some smokes and some molotovs to get rid of him, but he's hard to put away even when you have the grenades.
Oh, and now Crims pushes B. We might see a second player rotate to A. He's got a lot of map control there. Flusher is starting that rotation up to the A site. JW would be the first man to spot things out. VP haven't committed either way, though. With 43 seconds, you can still go back down connector to B. I'm not sure they'll get the information quickly enough, though. We'll wait and see what the end goal is here for Virtus.pro. A couple of players are now walking up towards bathrooms. It looks like the bomb is coming this way too, Anders. This is scary.
So there's a bit of a Molotov to set it up, so putting some pressure on JW, but as you said, he's already got a second man here, and actually the rotation is in, so they've got everyone in position, but the bomb making its way back. 16 seconds on the clock, it is plenty of time. That's a nice call out of VP. They sold that so well. You'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised they actually had that read that well. Fair play to them, though. I thought they were just going to commit into the A site, which would have sucked.
Listen, that is what it looked like, even when you were watching the whole thing on the minimap. But Fnatic not gonna go for it even after getting that kill, which I think is a very, very good idea. It would have been awful to see them just try and run straight for it. So a 7th round on the board now for the VP side. That is step in the right direction. One out of very, very many that they're going to need. The problem is Fnatic, they do get out of it with 2 AKs and an AWP, so they're still going to be very, very dangerous in the upcoming round.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got plenty of playmaking potential with those weapons. I've got to say as well, for VP, in this tournament, they've actually been one of the teams that most often seem to lose their own map pick and then win their opponent's pick in general. So I think that there's got to be something said about VP's preparation for their opponent's map picks. Because they did this against OG, for example. They beat OG on OG's pick of Mirage, and then they lost their own pick of Inferno. I think that partly comes down to the fact that apparently 3 of the players on this VP team all look at the demos of their opponents from different spots on the map. You've got your Kindar, Jame, and Kicker, I believe it is, who all look at the demos specifically focusing on their spots. So maybe that helps them get some of these reads as to what the opponents are doing.
Which, for people who don't know, who are listening and saying, "Oh yeah, so what?" Like it's normally it's 1 out of 5 guys.
Yeah.
And that one person will be the in-game leader who will just take it all on their shoulders, and everyone else will just be complaining if it's not working out. So the idea that there's multiple people helping out is quite a rare thing. JW finding that kill. Oh, and he set up for it. He knew that. You could tell he had it in his mind before he even turned the corner. He knew what was coming. That was a really good shot. Golden up close here against Kicker. He's going to do a lot of damage in spite of going down. And Brolan actually going to get caught. Yakindar just not even falling for it. And now it's JW alone on the site. He's looking over the smoke, but this is dangerous. If he goes down here, then that might be a round for VP. Nice shot onto Jame, and they'll find Yakindar inside of the smoke. I don't know. Kick it with 1 chance here. He's got 20 health left in a 1-on-3. Not even looks like he's already backing out. I thought maybe if he could find a quick kill, he'd have some time to play for it. That'll be a 12th round on the board for Fnatic.
I feel like I could count on one hand the amount of AWPers that would jump up onto the sight box like that to try and get a kill.
It's outrageous, isn't it? Who does that?
JW seems to really like that spot as well. He had that Deagle round, I think it was against MIBR, where he was on top of the site with a little smoke to work with, and he got 3 kills from that position, which just was unreal. I've never seen anyone do that before. But yeah, a lot of AWPers there would just say, okay, I can sit on long and I can kind of control this one position and help my teammates know that they aren't pushing from this side of things. But now JW's happy to get the kills, and he can get away with it as well. 12-7 lead now for Fnatic. Virtus.pro under the cosh in this round, under pressure. The buy will slowly but surely be coming through, but it's definitely not going to be perfect. They're already missing some nades. There's a Galil for Buster. There's a Galil for Sanji. Does Jamie even have a weapon? He gets the Galil now. Sanji's got a P250, Anders. This is the most Sanji round I've ever seen.
Oh, man. Yeah. Even Jame getting demoted. Kicker going to try and lead the charge. He's here really quickly, and there's an auto shotgun on Golden. He actually looked like he was walking right into the line of fire there. Flashes through. Golden, he can't see a single thing. That's a nice entry. Yakindar in charge of that. And now, surely, Fnatic going to be rotating more people towards this bomb site. They've slowed it down, though. From VP, what a cool round. They didn't even have the bomb there. They're just, you know, getting in there, getting the early kill, and now they can spend the rest of the time trying to look for more.
You can see how concerned Fnatic are, but they are concerned for a good reason, because the B-sided play is about to come through. Yakindar's already out towards Pillar. A couple of smokes arriving, one to Heaven. There's a molly for Water, and that's the last nade that VP have. So it's all about kills, and Yakindar whiffs hard. Kicker trading one, but Crims gets the headshot with the AK into a 3v3, and that bomb plant is not guaranteed right now. Fnatic are fighting for the site.
Sanji really wants to do it, but he's been delayed many, many times already. Brolan now trying to see if he can get this right swing on the box. Bomb is only just down. That Molotov surely going to force him into a fight. It's the auto shotgun. Oh, nearly able to get it. But now Buster in a lot of trouble here. They have a smoke to block him off with. They have kits on the other side. Smoke's going to go on the bomb, and they're going to double peek him right behind it. That's a very well-handled round out of Fnatic. Brolan with 3 kills. But actually, I thought for a second there, when they were being pushed, you notice how all of the Fnatic players were standing in the water right next to the bomb spot? That's an awful position to be in if you're all stacked on there. If there are any Molotovs or even any like deep flashes had gone in, it could have caught every single one of them. So I'm kind of a little bit surprised that they made it out in such a fashion.
Yeah, VP were out of nades. That's the thing. They used their last nades to take the B site there to try to, because the buy was so bad in the first place. I think that's the issue there for VP. I think you're right. If they have a few more nades, I reckon they get that. But instead, Fnatic are able to sit in that position. And now this buy for VP, it's a half investment, but it's a pretty bad one.
It is not looking good at the moment, is it? 13-7. The money's been broken up. I think one of the only silver linings right now is the fact that it's not like Fnatic have that much cash in the bank either. So there's some room here for VP to win around, break the Fnatic economy, try and get back into it. That's going to have to be the thinking.
Ooh, that would start with winning this round, though. Or at least doing some damage to Fnatic, at least keeping their money weak. Just over a minute left on the clock. Virtus.pro are running low on nades. They've got 2 flashes and a smoke in this round, so getting an early kill would be ideal. Brolan's going up close towards long. This is a slightly precarious position to be in. He might get flashed in for aggression, though. No, well, JW's holding first. Okay.
Yeah, and I think luckily KiNK isn't the one with the flashbangs out there either. Yeah, you said he was going to get flashed in, and you're absolutely right, Hawker. Picking up that kill, no problem. And now they're being funneled in on the other side. Flusher's very, very blind, but it took a long time to get him down. And they're just making it work. Sanji coming with 2 big kills from the Galil, and somehow VP make that rush work. I think that was on the back of 1 good flashbang, basically.
Yeah, it really looked like it. They made the most out of those 3 nades they had there as they hit that A site. The smoke goes down, the flashes to follow, and Fnatic are still thinking about going for this. They want to see if they can maybe limit VP slightly. Crims has taken so much damage there, though. He's dealt with. KiNK lands the 1 shot he needed, and now Golden probably has to save. And as you said, the money for Fnatic isn't that great. If Golden dies at the end here, that could be an issue. And Sanji's hunting him down, Galil in hand. He's not going to get the kill, so I think Golden will get out alive. I'm not sure what the economy's going to look like for Fnatic here, though. It's going to be a rough one.
It's going to be real strange, yeah. Wow, that's probably at the brink of losing this and going down to play in the consolidation final, because I don't think they would have had a lot left in the tank, but that's a huge hit to Fnatic. Real interesting. I wonder if they've saved it at the end. I mean, that could be. James still only has 3 kills, Hawker. 3. They need to change that.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's got the AWP now. He just carried that over from JW's dead body, so he's got a chance to use his favored weapon, his weapon of choice in this round. Ooh, aggression from Fnatic. So many players stacked here. Yakindar not ready for all those players to be pushed through. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. JW's in behind them. Sanji's got 2 kills, but surely... Oh, JW, he could line them up. He gets the first. He needs to find this follow-up, though. Sanji goes down. JW looking for more, and he's got 3. It's a 1v1 for JW. The bomb's going to go down on B, and he is so far away, Anders. He's tried so hard, but I really don't know if he can win this. The kit will certainly help, though.
Yeah, he has a kit, but at the same time, no armor, and the fact that KiNK could just be in 10 different places. How do you go and look for everything right here? It's so risky, but on the other hand, he did just get an absolutely outrageous triple kill with Deagle. He might just be feeling it. He wants to go for it here. JW Gonna go tap it straight away. KiNK walking up behind him. 1 more second, and JW's gonna be going down. KiNK, I mean, if he had just tried to fake that one, if he tried to step in the tunnel, make some noise to get JW off it, that would have been a straight defuse. I kind of love the fact that he went for it, even though it did lose him the AWP.
He can still buy one if he wants one here as well. He's got the money, and he will be doing just that. God, it's never easy if you're a VP fan, is it? Never easy in these rounds. Jame will have the AWP again. He's still on 3 kills. We keep saying it because it keeps shocking me whenever I read that stat. It's a long game as well. It's 13-9 now. We're getting into the late stages. Yakindar aggressive early, but Crims is prepared for it. And the 2 CTs... Oh, hang on a minute. Crims goes too far. KiNK gets him through the smoke.
Crims going to be kicking himself. Oh, that smoke goes way too deep. Golden is going to get caught, essentially faked out by his own smoke. KiNK is thinking, yep, that's it. He saw that coming a mile away. Wow. 4 versus 3 now. And VP, I mean, both those kills, the one on Crims for the smoke, but also the one on Golden, both of them were sort of slight gifts in a way.
Well, they still have to close this round out on the VP side. And this is where, again, the pressure can start to build on you. You know you should be winning this round most of the time. You've got the man advantage, but it's late in the game, and every round is of utmost importance for VP at this point. 50 seconds remaining. There are 3 smokes, a fair few flashes for VP. They could go for an execute, but the contact play is also a very real possibility. Flusher will have the shadow advantage here. He will see them before they can see him. He spots the first man. Oh, Flusher's dealt with though. Buster with a brilliant shot. And now Brolan has it all to do on the B-bomb site, and he won't be able to do it. KiNK's got his 3rd of the round, and JW has no choice but to save.
Yeah, really, really good timing on that one. And Fnatic just not able to see what was happening across the map there. They had no advanced warning that hit was coming to the B-bomb site. And I think they only had like a couple of flashes on Brolan and this one on JW. So it's not like they could even do much once that was all going down. JW is going to find that kill no problem. I don't know if they want to go hunt him down too heavily. They have to worry about their own economy a little bit at the very least. But yeah, it's going to be a 10th round for VP. They are fighting their way back in this game, and they're cracking the Fnatic economy completely. And actually, Buster's close enough by. It doesn't look like he wants to make a run for it, but nearly could have. Man, this is such an interesting game now.
It's definitely heating up here. Fnatic are in a position where 1 save will be enough for them to buy decently into the next round. JW probably wouldn't mind saving the AWP if it came to it in this round, though. Interestingly for Fnatic, they don't buy any real upgraded pistols. Instead, they buy some utility across the board. Maybe they're thinking here that VP are going to take a lot of time and that those nades could come into play later in the round. Maybe we're going to see the nade stack earlier on if there's a potential B play. I think that's what they're lining up for right now. But if it is indeed a slow round, these nades could be interesting as the round progresses.
I mean, you can fall back and throw them from the stairs over at A to the default bomb plant, right? People do that regularly. So I imagine if they hear the steps up on A, that they're just going to try and take them back there and just try and explode the guy planting the bomb, which doesn't get used nearly enough. In fact, it's super easy to do. But you still have to be in position, I suppose, and they have to like hear it and actually get there in time. Which, if JW hears someone, he's pushed up so far with the AWP Hawker. He's just on his own.
Yeah, I can't believe that JW does this in this round. Like, if he dies and doesn't get to save the AWP, I don't think he gets the AWP in the next round.
Yeah,
Is he going up the ladder?
Yeah, he is. He's a madman. They still need to know about this A push for the grenades to do anything. That's the issue, though. I mean, JW sneaking in here. This is very cool. And if he catches a kill, that would be magnificent. Oh, he did just see it. A little bit of a scope. And he's going to find Sanji. Now the pressure is on. And here we see the lineup I was talking about. They're ready and waiting for it. Let's see if it's a default plant. It almost has to be given the setup here. Yakindar, he's going to fake it once. Are they going for it? A couple of grenades in, but not enough to get the kill on him. And that would have needed to come through. JW is down and out, and even if they're doing a lot of damage here, I don't think they're going to be able to actually do it here. Flusher with no kit and no armor, but that takes a lot of guns away from VP if nothing else.
even though Fnatic have a knack for winning rounds, they shouldn't. This has got to be a stretch too far. As you said, no kit, no chance. Kicker will take him out. A somewhat close round, a closer round than you would have expected, but it's still a 2-round difference between these two teams. There could be an AWP dropped over on the Fnatic side, actually. JW could get one dropped to him by Brolan. There's also the option for him to just buy glass cannon, so there are still stuff available for the Fnatic side of things. James also got a couple of kills in that last round, Anders. We've been pointing out when he hasn't been getting kills, so I feel like we should point out when he gets kills as well.
Yeah, I mean, they were against pistols, but
hey,
whatever
they all count on the scoreboard, even if they're not the same amount of impact.
I completely agree. And also, sometimes you just need something, anything to get you back in, right? Brolan on the Orc, it's not quite an AWP, but he's really effective with it.
No kit for Fnatic either. A couple of players buying helmets instead of kits.
You're right. Could be a small difference, but the game has a way of punishing you whenever you forget to do that. All right, KiNK just taking the charge right through. He did get spotted, but does not go down. JW wants to put on the pressure, grenade out, but KiNK, he's so hard to bring down. As you said earlier, you know, still kind of an inexperienced player, but my God, he's not playing that way.
It almost looked like that nade worked as a fake flash for JW there, because I think KiNK heard it bounce off the wall and turned away briefly, but he still snaps around to get the kill, and now VP go back to the B-bomb site. First man spotted, but Kicker is dealt with. His teammates trade him out, though, and that flash is on point. Crims has to drop down. He has to put down a defensive smoke, and hopefully buy time for the rotation. He's about to be dealt with, though. James gets him from the sidelines. Another multi-kill round for James. Brian's rotating in. They still want to go for this, and they've got the first kill.
That Molotov, though, if he was actually right on top, he's jumping down Brolan. Oh my God, what a play. If that Molotov had been on top of the plant, I think Sanji probably outright dies, and then who knows how that jump is going to be working. Oh God, that actually could have been way, way closer. But it's 12-13, and at least Fnatic have a really strong round loss bonus that's being built, but that's about the best that we can say right now. They are running it back. VP 5 rounds in a row.
It's anyone's game. Oh, I just feel like these are the rounds that Fnatic win, though, Anders. As soon as they don't have the goodbye, as soon as they shouldn't win, they always seem to make these rounds work. So VP, you've got to stay 100% focused. That's a good bit of early nade damage as well.
Yeah, Fnatic do have a way of picking up weird rounds like this that they shouldn't be able to. Looks like they're pushing into a fairly well-defended bomb site. There's Crims already, and look at KiNK and Buster. They're already tagged up, especially KiNK all the way down. Oh, Golden! It's close! But now they've been slowed down, VP. And I don't know, this is so scary. If they lose this round, that would just be devastating. Absolutely devastating.
This is like the same movie over and over again with Fnatic, where you feel like you know what's coming every time, and it's still terrifying.
That's why it's a classic, though. Even if you know, you love it, don't you? You know, you still appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this round isn't over yet. We can't assume that it's going the same way. Maybe it's a sequel. Maybe there's a different ending, Anders.
I mean, that's what VP've got to hope for right now. They're going to be in for a rough time. Crims getting caught. That's a nice shot. Golden here with the AK. Actually able to pick up a kill. That stops the bomb plant. Can't get the kill on Sanji, even if he was low. Another 3-on-3, and they are low on health, but they still have a lot of firepower there on the VP side. Single smoke on JW. He's going to put it down to try and get them into the site and create a little bit of space there. No kit at all. Deagle doing a lot, almost finding the kill. They're each a bullet away from death, but it might not make a difference here. KiNK and James fighting back, and Flusher now. Yeah, he just needs 3 shots, but they're all just stacked on top of each other. How does he get in here? He won't. It's KiNK to take him down, and VP, they outlive the round. They got that twist in the plot that you wanted, Hawker. And now they're tied up 13-13.
6-round win streak for VP. They keep on coming on strong. Even though some of these rounds have been close, it's just the round wins they need to get at this point. They have grinded their way back into contention. And again, we're not seeing these teams take the tactical timeouts. I think at this point they just want to play as much as they can. Fnatic don't give a damn. They are always going to be confident in themselves. This would be a pace change, Anders. We might see a fast B play early in this round. All of VP here. Flash is being thrown over the top. And we're going to see JW fight, but he goes down early.
Oh, but if they had kept the boost, if they had actually held on to it, they would have slaughtered VP. The fact that those early grenades came in and was called in by that B defense, they gave up on the boost and connector. They decided to just blow open the door and come charging out. Oh man, that's pure communication on Fnatic. That actually they essentially called their two teammates into instant death. That's rough.
Okay.
Oops.
Less said about that, the better. The nice thing for VP is they did sell that fake really well with the flashes, as you were saying, but they actually have a decent amount of utility left. It's enough so that they could go for another site take. And I think we might see that come through. One of the smokes being deployed, landing towards the site itself. Quite a few CTs in position, though. Everyone on Fnatic stacked on this B site. That could give them a chance.
Yeah, and it's good that they have that. They might as well go for it here. Crims with a bit of a kill. Bomb is in tunnel, swinging in, so they're not faking it right now. Another kill, this time for Flusher, and suddenly it's a 3-on-3. 25 seconds, and that kill is massive. Flusher going for it, he wants all of it. Taking down Yukindar as well, and leaving Buster in a 1 versus 3. Fnatic, a 5-on-3 to get on to 14 rounds here. Buster, even if he gets this kill, there is not enough time. The bomb is just too far away. Might even get another one in here, but it's not going to matter right now. Fnatic just holding the bomb site and staying cool.
Flusher just stole VP's soul in that round. My God. Getting all those kills from the barrel's position. VP didn't have the nades they might have wanted to execute onto the site. They didn't have the nades in position. If they'd have mollied barrels, for example, that wouldn't have happened. But Flusher is there to deal with it. And the contact play goes against VP on this occasion. Fnatic stack the right site. Their buy is kind of not great, though. Flusher's got a scout, interestingly enough. Crims has got an MP9.
Yeah, that is the big difference right here. Absolutely. The fact that they lost 4 members winning that round is real interesting. This game is not done yet. VP is still able to fight back, and they're going to be pretty quick about it here. JW's got the M4. There's going to be a little bit of a shadow showing, so he's going to win that fight, but not the follow-up. Traded immediately by Buster, and Brolan's out long. And yeah, rightfully so, worried about the idea that they could just be walking into the A site. Let's see if they are going to be able to find him. Oh, just around the corner, KiNK. I don't think KiNK saw him, but he is there, and Brolan is in a lot of trouble.
Trying to see if he can tuck into this corner, but he can't do anything to deny the bomb plant. And KiNK is closing in from behind. Brolan currently with his back turned. Oh, the timing. It works for him. He gets the kill he needed. Now Fnatic can start to think about going for this. They've got a few nades left. They have a kit to work with, but Brolan has now been dealt with, and Flusher also caught off guard. It's looking good for VP to get 14 on the board. Crims and Golden still sticking around, but their chance of winning this round is surely gone at this point. The time continues to tick on down. Crims looking for the kill. He's got it, but Golden has to smoke the bomb, and he's not going to be able to get there. James lands the shot with the AWP. It's 14-14. We're going the distance, Anders.
Absolutely unbelievable. And, I mean, luckily for them, obviously the round loss bonus doesn't reset entirely. So, I mean, they could still go for sort of a half buy if they wanted to and then fight for overtime. Or, if they were feeling truly crazy, they could just go all in right here and try and have another one of those Fnatic rounds. But that is... First of all, I can't even believe that Brolan is even getting that kill. But once he has it, you could tell that the MP9s and the scouts, it's just not good enough, is it? Wow, timeout here.
I keep wanting to say that these are the rounds that Fnatic win, Anders, but I feel like I say that every time.
They do it enough that it's sort of kind of makes... I wouldn't blame you, Hawker. I wouldn't blame you. I think you're on the right track, though. They do have a ridiculous history of winning just these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, just watching the game against MIBR on this exact map as well, it was just, yeah, it was ridiculous. And you could tell that it broke MIBR when they went into that second map. We'll see, though. Fnatic have to make sure they can do it again. The past is irrelevant, Anders. It's all about the present.
Well, let's see. Luckily for VP, they've already run into one of these rounds, so you have to assume that they're going to be incredibly careful and very, very, alert to any kind of weird stuff that's going to be happening. JW is quite far pushed up. Buster's making noise, but still checking.
Oh, JW
I don't
hears
know.
that all day.
Oh, yeah. This is looking like a bit of a repeat. If they can get the time, if they can just hold on, JW might come in with the flank. Do they line up for him? Golden's already got one kill. JW, he's doing damage, but not getting the kills. Instead, it's Golden with the double. Can't find another headshot. Flushes in there as well, nearly picking up the kill. And at range, Buster bringing it back with a double. It's now JW, and they know exactly where he is. It looks like VP have found a way to live.
JW coming in from short. Has to reload. That gives the game away. And James is just going to hold the angle. Oh, if JW could have done a bit more from behind, if he had maybe a slightly better weapon, he could have done so much there. But the deagle shots to the body just do damage. They don't get the kills they needed. And that means VP have a chance to take us to a third map. And they're aware of it. They're going to take a timeout ahead of the last round in regulation.
Well, they're fighting really hard. You've got to appreciate that. James is up to 11 kills. So, I mean, still, this is. You're never going to turn around and say this is a good map for him. But sometimes, if you can hang on for long enough, you can just do enough to help your team. And all they need is one more round here. So, if James can start off this one with a kill to open it up with, all is forgiven in some sense. Man. They've just been so wrecked, Fnatic, in this, especially at the end of this half here. Unbelievable.
Yeah, there've been a few close rounds in there. There've been quite a few that it feels like Fnatic have given themselves a chance in, but they haven't been able to get it over the line. You can see at the top of your screen the streak of rounds that VP went on to come back into this game. Fnatic had a huge lead, but it's VP who are the ones who have the chance to close it out. Or could it be Fnatic taking us to overtime? Let's find out. We've got the Augs out for Fnatic. We've got the AWP as well. It's a full buy for them, but VP have been heavily abusing this B site, and they might be trying to do it again in this round.
They're not leading with the bomb. This is still a bit of a skirmish, and it's already been quite heavily shut down. Now the rest of them, they can't even really do it. Over on the other side, Buster is checking out the restrooms. If he can somehow find a kill here on JW, they could turn it around, but if he even gets one kill here, JW, that might be enough. He's already been heard scoping. Oh, and now he's going to be able to call it in. Brolan showing up for the kill. That is an absolute disaster, Hawker. They're in deep trouble.
They are, and they might be sinking right now. VP in a 3v5. Could Jane be the man to bring them back into it? He's been coming back into this half, slowly but surely, getting kills together. Brolan, though, is tucked into the corner. JW's playing from the site, and James got the shot! Brolan now needs to get this kill, but James finds him! Down to 3 health, but he doesn't give a damn. He gets his team onto the A site, and all of a sudden, it's VP who are gonna get the bomb down in even numbers.
Thickened up. Heavy fight there, taking down Flusher. I can't even believe it. They're going to get a little bit back here, but they've got no smoke. So how do you defuse this bomb? They have a kit on Golden at the very least, and James is a bullet away from death. If they can find Sanji, maybe this can work out. But they're in trouble, Fnatic, trying to get this overtime. They pretty much had it. This is pretty much set and done already. 5-on-3. Flashbang there. Prim's not able to guess the angle. He couldn't see anything. Golden going to tap the bomb a single time, but I think they might have this one VP. It's going to be it. 16-14, and we are going to go to a third map on Train. Fnatic not able to stand up, and on top of that, a double kill for James at the very end. Hawker, what a way to finish it.
That's what it's all about, man. Even when you're having a bad game, to come through like that at the end, to stay strong, to get stylish kills at the end of the game. I mean, Brolan dinks him there, and he still gets the kill back. Really impressive from James to stay strong.
Wild.
It's crazy to me that it feels like VP have just Fnatic almost with that comeback. That's really impressive.
It's true. They turned it around in a round that, I mean, they should have never won. They got, as soon as JW gets that first kill over at the, or actually Brolan, I'm sorry, gets the second kill over at the A-bomb site, that should be the end. But then the fact that James finds him jumping, and that should have been an unwinnable round, and somehow they let it go. So now Train is going to be coming up, which obviously, should be a strong map for Fnatic, but I wonder how impacted they're going to be by essentially losing that with such a massive lead, 16-14. That is, that's an answer we're going to have to answer in a couple of seconds here. We're going to have a break before we do anything else, and then we'll have Train coming up as our third and final map, so stay tuned.